Imagine waking up to news that could put thousands of extra dollars in the pockets of American families. Sounds too good to be true? Well, there's a new proposal making waves: Trump's $5,000 child tax credit. But is it really as life-changing as it sounds? I'm David, and today, we're diving into this major update that could impact millions. But here's the big question: who actually qualifies for this, and is there a hidden catch that no one is talking about? Think about it: tax credits have always come with restrictions, income limits, and complicated rules. But this time, things might be different. Could this credit finally offer relief to more families, or is it just another promise that won't make it through Congress? Some say this could be the most generous tax credit ever, while others warn it might not be as beneficial as it appears. And here's something even more shocking: what if I told you that this proposal could impact Social Security and senior benefits in ways most people aren't even considering? Could this change where tax dollars are allocated? Could it mean cuts in other programs down the road? There's a lot to unpack here, and I want you to stick with me because, in just a moment, I'll break down exactly how this tax credit works, who could benefit the most, and what experts are already saying about its future. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update on Social Security, benefits, and everything that matters to seniors. Now, let's get into it. What's really going on with this $5,000 child tax credit, and could it be a game changer, or just another political move? The $5,000 child tax credit proposal has stirred up a lot of talk, but what does it actually mean for American families? When tax credits like this are introduced, they always come with a mix of excitement and skepticism. Some are calling it a game changer, while others are warning that there might be more to the story than meets the eye. Could this really be the kind of financial relief that struggling families have been waiting for, or is it just another promise wrapped in politics? More importantly, how does this affect the broader economy, Social Security, and the benefits that millions of seniors rely on? That's exactly what we're going to break down right now. Let's start with the basics. The child tax credit has been a hot topic for years, with different administrations tweaking it to provide varying levels of financial relief to families with children. Under Trump's latest proposal, families could receive up to $5,000 per child, a figure that's significantly higher than previous credits. If approved, this would mean thousands of extra dollars in the hands of parents at tax time. But the key question is, who actually qualifies? Will every parent receive this full amount, or will there be income restrictions and other limitations that could reduce the actual benefit? History tells us that tax credits often come with fine print that many people don't pay attention to until it's too late. Think about previous versions of the child tax credit. While they provided relief, not everyone qualified for the full amount. So, what about this one? Will lower-income families see the most benefit, or is this aimed at middle-class earners who need a boost but don't qualify for other forms of assistance? And what about seniors? Could this impact the broader economy in ways that affect Social Security or Medicare funding? One thing we know for sure is that every time a new tax credit is introduced, there's a cost involved. The government doesn't just hand out money without making adjustments elsewhere. Could this $5,000 credit mean cuts to other programs? Some experts are already raising concerns that increasing tax benefits like this could shift federal spending priorities, potentially leading to future debates about funding for Social Security and Medicare. If that's the case, what does this really mean for retirees and those planning to claim benefits in the coming years? Now, let's talk about the approval process. Just because a proposal is introduced doesn't mean it will pass. Many tax credit ideas have been floated before, only to get stuck in negotiations or watered down before becoming law. Will this one actually make it through Congress, or is it just a political talking point to rally support? Some lawmakers are already pushing back, questioning how this will be funded and whether it will add to the national debt. Others argue that tax relief is necessary to help families cope with rising costs and inflation. So where does that leave us? Are we looking at real financial relief, or just another round of political back and forth that leads nowhere? Another important detail to consider is how this compares to past tax credits. The expanded child tax credit during the pandemic provided direct monthly payments to families, offering immediate relief, but that was temporary. Could this new credit follow a similar pattern, or is it designed to be a long-term benefit? If it's a one-time credit, will it provide enough help to make a lasting impact, or will families still be struggling after it's used up? There's also the question of timing. Even if this tax credit is approved, when will families actually see the money? Some tax credits take effect immediately, while others are phased in over time. If families have to wait a year or more to claim this credit on their taxes, will it still have the intended effect of providing financial relief? With inflation hitting household budgets hard, many are hoping for immediate help. But can the government move quickly enough to make a difference? Another major concern is how this credit fits into the bigger picture of tax policy. Will this credit come with trade-offs that make up for the cost? Could we see changes to other deductions or benefits to balance out the impact on federal revenue? And how will it interact with state tax policies? In some cases, federal tax credits reduce taxable income at the state level, but not always. Could this lead to unexpected tax situations for families in certain states? Then there's the long-term impact. What happens after this credit is used up? Will families become dependent on similar tax breaks in the future, leading to an expectation that the government will continue providing financial relief? And what does that mean for future economic policies? Will lawmakers be pressured to extend or expand it even further, or could we see a rollback if the economy shifts? For seniors and retirees, the big question remains, how does this affect Social Security and Medicare? Anytime the government introduces a new tax credit, there are questions about where the money will come from. If this credit is funded by shifting money from other programs, could that lead to changes in benefit calculations, cost of living adjustments, or even future eligibility rules for Social Security? Some analysts believe that while this credit is focused on helping families now, it could set the stage for budget debates that impact retirees in the long run. And let's not forget the political landscape. With an election year coming up, proposals like this often become central talking points. Will this credit gain enough support to pass, or will it become a campaign issue used to draw voter attention? If lawmakers can't agree on funding, could we see a compromise that lowers the amount or changes the eligibility requirements? These are all possibilities that we have to consider. So, where does this leave us? The $5,000 child tax credit is a big proposal with a lot of potential benefits, but also many unanswered questions. Families are eager to know if this will provide real financial relief, while seniors are watching closely to see if it will have any impact on Social Security and Medicare. Right now, all we can do is follow the discussions, see how lawmakers respond, and stay informed as new details emerge. One thing is certain, this proposal is going to be a major topic in the coming months. If it passes, it could change the way families plan their finances. If it doesn't, it could signal that tax relief will be harder to come by in the future. Either way, this is a story that's far from over, and I'll be right here to keep you updated as things develop. If you found this information valuable, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments, do you think this tax credit will actually pass, or is it just another political promise? I want to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.